Today's pick a card reading is not calm, it's not sugar-coated, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Because in today's pick a card reading, we are getting into your enemy effed around and they found out. Hello, my beautiful collective. My name is LaChan, and welcome back to Open Book Tarot. This pick a card reading is for anyone who knows without a doubt that someone lied on them, that someone tried them, crossed them, that someone sabotaged them, or thought that they were going to get away with doing you wrong. Yeah. No. In this pick a card reading, we are looking at what your enemy did behind the scenes, how it backfired on them, the karma that they're facing now, their current situation and what they're going through, the regret, guilt, or downfall energy, and how justice ultimately plays out in your favor. So if you've been feeling the shift, like the energy has been balancing, like truth is being exposed, trust that you are guided to this message for a reason. Now, real quick, before we get into the piles, if you enjoy karmic justice readings, enemy exposure, and truth revealing messages like this, make sure you thumbs up and like the video. Comment your pile down below and subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. It helps the channel grow and keeps these messages circulating to the people who need them the most. All right, let's go ahead and get into the piles. Take a deep breath. Focus on the 3 cards in front of you and trust where your intuition is leading you. In this reading, we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 is the game over pile. Pile number 2 is the heartbroken pile. And pile number 3 is the cut the cord pile. Choose the card or the number that you feel most drawn to. Once you choose your pile, go down to the description box below, and there you'll find the timestamps to go straight to your reading. Pause the video if you feel you need more time, and when you choose your pile, I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. This is for those of you that chose this game over card. Game over card. This is your reading on they effed around and they found out. So what harsh lesson did your enemies learn from effing around with you? What did they find out? Looking at this game over card. And of course, before I started your reading, I was picking up some channel messages, and I was getting a sense of entitlement from somebody. Now, for some of you, because this does have a gavel, this could be something legal. I do feel like this situation, this enemy of yours, we're going to go into who this person is so you know that this is your pal, you know who this person is, and then we'll get into what they found out. So what I'm picking up right now is I'm picking up that this person has a pattern, has a behavior. They have a way of being that I'm feeling is very selfish, self-serving. And they've been doing this and acting this way for a long time. But I feel like that way of being finally caught up to them. I'm hearing people talk right now outside of my window, and I'm feeling like people have been talking about this person. People have been having private conversations about this person. They're definitely being judged on something, and I feel like they're being judged harshly. I'm feeling like with the things that I'm hearing outside of me, that this person is somebody who could have tried to distract others away from their bad behavior. But all this that's going on, this judgment here, this is all karmic. This is all meant to be. This is meant to be. This was divinely written. I'm hearing that you were meant to school this person, and we're talking about effing around and finding out, right? You're meant to school this person. I don't know why I just like touched this pyramid here, but it has Chokure, the Reiki symbol. I feel like there's healing coming from this situation for you, or things can be put in divine order. People are making a decision about this person. They're making a decision. They're looking at who this person is or what they've done, and they are making a decision. By the way, I do not know what's in this pile. We are going to find that out together. I pre-pulled these cards. Okay. People are seeing who this person is. Perspective. People are seeing who this person really is. They're looking at this person for... They're looking at this person according to their actions. I'm hearing their merit. Judging them on their actions. Because our actions show others who we are, right? People can say anything, but their actions show you who they are. I'm feeling like this is somebody who... A lot of people walked away from this enemy of yours. A lot of people walked away from this enemy of yours. And they tried to hold on to these people. They tried to use their will. I'm hearing they could have used manipulation. They could have used lies. They could have used just their words. They could have used gossip even to keep people close to them. There could be something about trying to cover up some kind of documents or messages for some of you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate. But for some of you, there was something significant about some kind of messages, some kind of documents, some kind of records. This enemy wanted to keep other people close to them. They try to manipulate people's perceptions. This is somebody who comes out of a lack mindset. This enemy didn't want people to leave them because of who they inherently are. And so they manipulated those around them. But I'm feeling like those people who were manipulated at some point and for a period of time, they decided to take their own power back or take dominion over their own lives and say no to this person. I'm hearing, I'm not going to let you control my reality. People walked away from this person to heal themselves once they got the true perspective of who this person was, because they were trying to scramble others' perceptions of them. And I'm feeling also you. And so people walked away from this person, and that was the exact thing that they were trying to stop from happening. So one thing that you taught them, I'm hearing they're not special. I'm hearing you're not special. You're not special. You can't use manipulation to keep people near. And what I'm hearing is, I'm hearing you're a good person. You're a kind person. Of course you are, if you are a part of this beautiful family that we have here. You're a good person. You have a good soul. What they found out is that they can't use gossip or manipulation to bring you down and to change the way people look at you. And then learn that by coming after you, who's a good person, that only ended up exposing who they are. And I do hear ruining their lives. Let's go into who this person is. Now, I do want to tell you guys something. So, the cards that I'm about to use, these are my future partner reading cards. I created this deck many years ago, and I just want to tell you guys about this deck for a second. So, this deck, you guys know the future partner readings on YouTube. Yes, that was me who started that. You can research it. Look up future partner reading, filter it by time, and you'll see that I'm the first one that pops up. And so when I began doing future partner readings, when I brought them to YouTube, I was doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And I created this deck as a result of doing hundreds of readings, getting their feedback. And so that's how I created the system based on the Lenormand Oracle system. I am working on a new version of these cards. At the same time, if you like these cards, I will put a link in the description box below for this version that I have now that I've been using for a decade, something like that. Since what, 2016, 2017, something like that. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. And if you're interested in these cards, I will provide them at a discount as I'm working on the new version of these cards. Let's go into who this person is so you can easily identify them. Now, keep in mind, these details are for thousands of people. So some of them are going to resonate, some of them won't. If you feel like I'm saying details that pertain to an enemy you know, that's how you know that we're talking about that person. This is definitely somebody who is, of course, deceptive. This is somebody with a very high ego. This can be somebody who has narcissistic tendencies here. This person comes across as very confident, very outgoing. They could come across. This person can have strong legs or be fit, have a good stature. I feel like for most of you, this is somebody who has hair that is two different colors. The hair is multicolored, and I'm seeing a reddish or warm brown hair color. I'm seeing someone who could have a distinct walk. Mostly fit and in shape. I'm seeing a fit person. This person could be on the taller side versus the shorter side. Fit or thinner, a sturdy build, somebody who is considered attractive. This person can have, for many of you, medium to fair skin. The hair can be multicolored with patches or streaks or highlights or something like that. Or it could be graying. I'm seeing highlights. This is somebody who, they could be self-made. So this can be a business person with no boss. Like, they can have their own business. This can also be somebody who is living a double life. This could be somebody who is not the most faithful in their relationships. Someone unstable, but they come across very, very charming. And that's how they're able to get things over on people. They're very clever. They're deceptive, manipulative. They're very self-serving, this person. This person is unstable. They could also be one who partakes in the devil's lettuce. That greeny greener, if you know what I mean. Or you could be. This could be somebody who's definitely like hiding something. You could have moved away from this person also, setting boundaries with this person, moving away from this person. because they're very manipulative. You could have moved away to avoid danger when it comes to this person. So that's what I'm going to go into here when it comes to this person. Okay. Very deceptive. Double talk. Says one thing, means another. Says one thing to one person, says another to another person. Somebody whose thoughts, their thinking is clouded. Or they could try to create confusion to isolate you. They could have tried to do that here. Okay. So this could be a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker. There's a song, I want it all. Liar, cheater, deceiver, heartbreaker, some taking the house, the car, the kids, and the dog. I want it all. Maybe these things are significant. Maybe this person's relationship ended. Something about a dog, something about a home could be significant. We do have somebody leaving and a feeling of lack, a feeling of guilt, a feeling of shame, walking away to heal. People could be walking away from this person to heal. And what I'm hearing is what they found out by effing with you is like, they're not invincible. They can't manipulate. They can't manipulate others to get what it is that they want, especially with gossip. But people are realizing that this isn't a stand-up a stand-up guy or like an authentic person, that this person is very self-serving and they don't want to go down with this person. That's what I'm hearing. They don't want to go down with this person. So they can leave this person, raise their standards, their expectations, set boundaries, elevate. So this person, I'm feeling, thought that they were the end all be all. They were the best thing since sliced bread. They are the bee's knees. That's what they were thinking. And now they're realizing that no, that's not who they are. You highlighted something about this person. I'm picking up on Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising heavily, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising heavily. I don't really go into the signs, but I'm just going to tell you the signs that I see. But they don't have to be the signs of this person. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so that is air signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Libra, Capricorn, Virgo. All right. Let's see. This person's ego is too high. This feels like somebody who was always told they were the best and never really held accountable as a child or growing up. I'm actually going to move these over here because I don't know if I'm going to have enough room. How you guys doing today? Are you guys good? I hope you're good. Blessed and highly favored. Okay. I couldn't figure out where I want to put these. Okay. Number 1. I'm hearing the verdict is in. This is very karmic. This is something that they needed to change. And you, I'm hearing, held up a mirror to who they really are. And so they effed with you, and now they're finding out who they really are. And I'm hearing that now everybody is finding out who they really are. So what did you teach them? You taught them to, yes, that you brought them back down 2 sides. And I feel like that's what they wanted to do to you. So you taught them, they found out that they can't just be out there acting all reckless, doing things all willy-nilly, and thinking that they can get away with everything. They need to be realistic. They need to weigh the pros and the cons. They're not the almighty. They're not, the most high. They're not the ones in power. They realize by effing with you that they're not a good liar. Maybe they've been all this time. But now Everybody sees through their lies, and they're realizing that they're not as skilled of a manipulator. They're not a skilled liar like they thought that they were. They realize that they can't keep secrets. They can't keep secrets. What's done in the dark comes out in the light. They can't just keep. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. Perspective. Perspective. And you see how this one's all like jumbled, mumbled, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. And like perspective. And not the way I'm looking at this in the camera and it looks smack it up, flip it, rub it down too. It just looks weird. Perspective. Okay. So they're realizing that they're delusional. They're delusional. They don't think. They act before they think. They don't think about the long run, the long term. They don't think about the benefit, the pros and cons of the future. They just act. They use their will, and they should not anymore. They really shouldn't, because it does not benefit them or serve them at all. They need to make better judgment calls. They do, because they don't have the pull that they thought. They can't manipulate people to do what they want like they thought. Nobody has time for their reindeer games, for their joking, their gossip, their lies, their manipulation. They're realizing that people, they don't want to be manipulated. And when they find out that they are, they're going to walk away. They're finding out that they don't have the power to control a narrative and control other people's perspectives, because other people can think for themselves. They can't lie to have control within a group. They can't do that. So that's what they are learning. And I'm hearing that's a hard blow, because once you realize, or once they realize that they're not powerful like they thought they were, I'm hearing we all fall down. I'm feeling like people are really mad at this person as a result of coming for you, but not necessarily coming for you. It's whatever actions that they took coming for you. That's what I'm hearing, because I'm hearing people are like, why would you do this? But people are leaving them. People are leaving them. Okay. I rarely hear so much talking outside my window as I am today. People are talking about this person. I'm hearing they realize that they're not immune to gossip, that they can't control a narrative and control how other people see them. They're not immune to people talking about them badly by trying to switch things around, is what I'm hearing. Wow, people are very mad at this person. Okay. So I'm hearing and I'm saying that this person after round, and they found out that they can't just take things from other people, that they don't just have the luck of the Irish on their side, even if they do bad things. They don't. They thought that they could use some kind of secret or get something by creating some kind of illusion. They were trying to get some kind of luck, get some kind of gift or money or possession, status, whatever it is. And they were trying to do that. It could be by isolating you or ostracizing you. But people were able to clock what this person was doing. They looked at the records. They saw what was going on. They saw what was going on. And so this person is seeing that, yes, they're not the prize. They're not the most special person. And people are able to see who they really are. They're not the smartest person in the room like they thought. They're also seeing that by trying to take things from other people in a self-serving, cunning, conning way, they're going to be left behind, left out in the cold. Nobody wants to deal with that. They don't want to deal with that. And also, I feel like they're realizing that people don't know them because they don't really know themselves. Now that they realize that they're not this all-powerful special person that they thought they were, they're like, well, wait, who am I? They're realizing that, again, they're not smarter than everybody else. I feel like this person thinks that they're smarter than, for example, say this is like a legal situation. They think that they're smarter than the attorneys, the judge, the jury, the everybody. But they're not. They're like a lowlife is what I'm hearing, or like they're not intelligent. They're not intelligent. And now they're learning that, did you like expose this person, or did you say something? Did you cast? Oh, snap. Wait, look at this. Look at these themes. Judgment, judgment, season. This is their time for judgment. They can't get away with their bad behavior forever. They can't get away with dishonesty forever. Perspective and judgment are two themes here. And even this is perspective. Seeing things for what they are, seeing somebody for who they are, and realizing that they are not a safe person because they're too much about themselves. So what they found out from effing around with you is that they are not invincible. They can't just cloak their true selves and intentions. People see through their facade. It's like there's a light being shown on their facade. I mean, this person can be an opportunist, but there are secrets that came out. And once these secrets came out, maybe you were a catalyst for these secrets to come out, whether you said them yourself or by them effing with you. These secrets came out. And so they're realizing that they can't just keep secrets and do things in the dark and do things, in a sneaky way like this, like all this. The light is going to be shown on them. Again, what's done in the dark comes out in the light. They thought that they could get away with this forever, but it's game over. Game over. I just heard dun dun. What is that from, like Law and Order? Law and Order. They can't just do whatever they want to do. We do have moral laws in this society, and the moral laws are to be acknowledged. Those who go against moral law, spiritual law, they end up getting karma like this because they F around and they find the F out. Okay. Let me see something. Okay, this is in the reverse. So they're realizing that they don't have the pull to confuse others about who you are. So that means that they're not believable. They're not believable. They're not smart enough to create some whole, false reality and get away with it. And they're also realizing that, what I'm hearing is they're realizing that their actions, they catch up with them. Their actions catch up with them. They can't just do something terrible to somebody and get away with it, things come back around. And even if they don't understand why, it's okay. They don't have to understand. Karma's going to come for that anyway. They're realizing that people can see you for who you are. They try to create a narrative confusion around who you are. And they weren't able to. They weren't able to. They're also realizing that they're the bad guy. They're the bad guy. And that they can't play the victim. They can't cry wolf. They can't fake their way into people's hearts and good graces. Because that has come to an end. They were able to fake themselves, fake their way through life, fake their way with other people. They can't do that anymore. There's something here about a bank failure. A bank failure. Something about money here. Trying to hold on to money that they can't. So they could be finding out that they can't hold on to some kind of possession, some kind of money, some kind of status, job, something like that. They can't create confusion to hold on to whatever they wanted to hold on to. They also realize that nobody wants to fight with them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Or there's something here about there being no fight, no argument. And I feel like people they're shifting how they view this person because of the fact that there was no fight. There was no altercation. And they're also learning that not everybody cares to fight with them. Not everybody cares. They don't care. Like, this person isn't important enough to, like, get somebody, like, they're not important enough for your panties to be in a bunch. That's what they feel. And so they're finding out that, again, I'm hearing they're nobody. They want to be somebody. Was that a Manson song? We are the nobodies. We want to be somebody. They're not the person who they thought they were. Nobody cares to fight with them. They just don't care. They're fighting a battle by themselves. It's like, okay, do you enjoy fighting with yourself? How is that working for you? Obviously, it's not, because the reward is not paying off for the risk that you took or that you're taking. They're realizing that even if they try to kiss ass, that doesn't give them what they want. They can't love bomb. Oh, here it is. They can't love bomb. They can't make themselves out to be the victim or woe is me. They can't emotionally manipulate others into getting what it is that they want. They can't emotionally play others to keep them to stay around. So you can't be a bad person and everything works out for you. Like, I'm sure many of you have seen that in your life. Like, people who think that they can just be a bad person and that they're going to get what they want. That's not how things work. That's not how the universe works. There are universal laws for a reason. I'm just going to put these up here. Interesting. Okay. Understanding karmic returns in the reverse. This is what we were talking about. It's understanding karmic returns. Karma is real. Karma is real. This is exactly what we were just talking about. Wow. You can't just do evil deeds and think that the universe is going to reward you. That's not how this works. It's not how it works. You know? Oh my God, I've known people like that they can be a dark person or a negative person or try to take advantage of people or manipulate them and think that they're going to get the reward that they're looking for. That's not how things work. Not how things work. They're learning that karma is real. Karma is real. I'm hearing that they also learned that, like, in a cliche way, they can't judge a book by its cover, but like, just because somebody went through something doesn't mean that they are doomed. People can heal, people can grow. And it's up to the individual to take initiative to do that. So they're learning that they put out some crap energy. They put out some very bad energy. They thought that it wasn't going to come back to them. Oh, but it is. Just like this moving on card, you can't escape your fate, your karma. They wrote this check that their ass couldn't cash. They also learned from effing around with you that nobody's going to take on their, like, emotions, their negativity. People are like, your BS is not mine to hold on to. Here, you tried to give me some BS. You tried to, like, make things difficult for me, mess with my mind. You know what? Actually, I don't want to keep that. Here, you can have it back. They have to be the one to hold on to the energy that they put out. Nobody's going to absorb that for them. I'm feeling like this can be an energy vampire, thinking that they can do all this messed up stuff and that people are going to hold them down and take that on, where they just, like, skate through things. No, you are the one who has to deal with your own karma. Like, do you want to get into heaven? Do you want to? Okay, then this person, I'm talking to them by saying you. Do you want to get into heaven? Okay, then you have to be the one to do the work to change around your destiny. Oh, snap. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. What does it say? Honor the contract. Some lessons were written before you arrived. Facing them now completes the soul agreement. Akashic records. You're teaching this person about, again, karma. And you know what? I don't know if they're really going to take in that this is a lesson. They probably see it as a downfall, when really, like, nothing bad, really, things that are bad don't happen. I mean, yes, okay, that point can be argued, sure, but in my experience, the negative things or the setbacks that I've experienced were blessings in disguise, because I learned a lesson and they moved me forward in a more evolved way. I feel like this person, they're not in a place where they want to evolve. They're not in that place. And so they found out that as long as they come out of this low vibrational energy, they're going to be blocked from their goals, from their desires. They won't be able to ascend, evolve, move forward, because they're carrying, I feel like this person is carrying the burdens of the past. And by putting so much emphasis on burdens of the past, they mess themselves up. People don't want to stay connected to a toxic, negative person, is what they realize. And they are the toxic, negative person. So what they are finding out is that people will leave you. You will be left if you act this way. If you lie, cheat, manipulate, steal, persecute, like, nobody's gonna stand by you. They're going to leave you. And that's what you get for being that way. Yes, look at this. You deleted me. People will cut you off. They will cut you off. Yes. And they're realizing this now. But people, they see through things. They're realizing that people see through their facade and see that there's a lack of love within their soul. They could have lost a partner. They could have lost somebody, family, friend, lover who's very important to them. And they're learning that you can't just manipulate people into seeing things your way. And the more you do that, the more pissed people are when they realize the truth of the situation, when they realize that they have been lied to. Nobody's going to stay committed. I mean, I can't say nobody, that's an absolute. But in this person's case, people aren't going to stay committed to them when they're acting a fool. And not only that, but people are going to be open and honest and call out who they are. They're going to call out who they are. Oh, I just saw this. Talking about a family. They're learning that their own family, like, just because you're family doesn't mean that people are going to stick by you when you F up. If you're doing something wrong, that doesn't mean they're going to stick by you. They thought that they had control over family, friends, colleagues, whoever this is. And this card says, sometimes blood is thicker than water, and sometimes it's just thicker than drama, judgment, and silent grudges. Judgment, again. This person's realizing that they are not immune to judgment. People see who they are. The evidence comes out. There's these records, Akashic records. There's this stage 5 clinger energy here. And look at this, receipts. Receipts. You're going to get caught. You're going to get caught. And evidence does not lie. And you can't lie yourself out of facts and truth. Maybe this person learned to be more discreet moving forward. Maybe they learned that. Okay. This person figured out not to mess with females or feminine energies, that they will bite your head off if you come for them. Take it as a resonance. They realize that they are not in control, that they can't trap people in a web. They're learning that being low vibrational, that moves people away from them, that provoking, that aggressive behavior, that doesn't get them anywhere. That only gets their head bit off. Trying to entrap others leads to them being trapped. Betraying comes back around. People don't want to deal with this person. They don't want to deal with the BS. I have another message here of verdict. Verdict. People have decided. People have decided. And they realize that there's no going back. They can't bring somebody back once they messed up. There's nothing that they can say or do to change how people feel about them once they've clocked who this person really is. Once they see it, they can't unsee it. And they learn that people aren't going to sit down and be quiet and shut up and fold under this person's tyrannical behavior. They're learning that they're not intimidating. They will be stood up against with no shame. People will speak out against this person. They're not afraid. You're not afraid. Yeah, bad. Take care, enemies are working against you. People will stand up for themselves, put themselves first, and not just fold and bow down to this person's bullying or manipulation or their negativity, their coercion. No, And people aren't afraid of them. Like, if you choose somebody as an enemy, if you F around, you're going to find out. Choose my pile number 1 as an enemy. See what happens. Ooh, too late. You're bad. Shouldn't have done it. Like, come on now. You can't be mad. You can't be mad when, like, you get the consequences for your actions. And I feel like they're probably trying to blame you. Their perspective is all messed up. And until they get their stuff right, they're going to keep going around in a loop. That sucks. Unsettled time, need to plan ahead. Exactly. They didn't plan ahead. They're learning that they need to have more consideration and think about how their actions and behaviors in the present can affect their future. They can't be so damn impulsive. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Arrogance and being boastful does not force people to conform. They're learning that they shouldn't, like, not to say they shouldn't be that way, but they're learning that by being arrogant and boastful, it has dire consequences. It creates loss in their lives. It creates circumstances for themselves that they can't get over, that they're never going to get over. Parting of the ways in either business or romance. Romance or business. Broken ring. It looks like they lost some kind of commitment here because I'm hearing the trust was betrayed. The loyalty wasn't there. And so they're learning that they can't just go around and be self-serving and not consider the emotional, mental, physical, spiritual well-being of others. Empathy is necessary. Strong emotions, passionate love or hate. Strong emotions, passionate love or hate. You can't come at somebody with anger and fury, rage, jealousy, act impulsively as a result, and expect things to work out for you. You give what you get. You get what you get. Or you get what you give, my bad. You get what you give. Both ways. So that's what they learned. That's what they learned from F with you, pound number 1. They found the F out. Good job. You taught this person some very meaningful lessons. If this reading resonated with you, please hit that like button, thumbs up, and like this video. It does help this reading reach those who need this message. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want more readings on karmic justice, if you want more readings like this, make sure you are subscribed and join the fam so these readings can reach others and so I can better pick up on your energy in future readings. And I would love to know, pound number 1, how this situation is happening in your life. Who is this person to you? Is this legal? Is this family? Is this a spouse? How does this resonate with you? I would love to know. And if you chose this pile, I would love to know that too. If you were drawn to another pile, check the description box below to go to the timestamp so you can go straight to that pile. To find out more about me, check the description box below. Also, I will put a link in the description box about my first edition Future Burner reading cards if you want to check those out. Sending you love and light, and I'll see you in another pile, or I'll see you in another reading. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my pile number 2. This is for those of you that chose this broken heart energy. Now, it does say third parties here, but this doesn't have to be anything romantic. This can be any kind of third party. This talks about family, lovers, friends being third parties. This is your reading on your enemy They effed with you and they found out. And what I'm hearing is the amount of finding out that they did is directly proportionate to the amount that they effed around. So if they effed around a little bit, they got their butt handed to them spiritually. If they effed around a lot of it, damn, it's not good for them. That's what I'm hearing. All right, let's see. What are we picking up about this person? By effing around with you, this person faced a lot of obstacles in their life. I'm feeling a lot of obstacles in their life. I'm feeling like, and I do have third party energy, but I do feel like this can also be just someone that doesn't have to be romantic. This can be a family member, a friend, okay, a lover, a coworker, an acquaintance. By effing with you, this person found out that they are the ones who get in their own way, is what I'm hearing. I'm feeling an energy of self-sabotage. I'm also feeling like this person, whatever the circumstances, they know that the reason why things are going so poorly for them, and I'm hearing while they're losing things, while they're heartbroken, is because of their own actions. Now I'm also hearing that they likely tried to place blame on you or escape accountability by redirecting their bad behavior and saying that you were the reason why. But I'm feeling like, no, these third parties or these other people involved clock that your enemy is the problem. Not your enemy, this person that chose you as an enemy is the problem. This person was so tangled up in their own web of lies to themselves. They wanted to get other people entangled into lies about you and even about who they are. But their heart ended up being seen and coming to the surface. And what people realize about their heart is that their heart is broken. It's cold. And they are not above hurting somebody else because of them being so hurt themselves. I'm hearing no loyalty. No loyalty. And I'm hearing there's nothing they can do to fix it. This person thought that they can lean on others. I'm hearing to do their dirty work. Or that they thought that they can put forth some kind of persona and that nobody would see who they truly are. But when they effed around with you, that persona, who they really are, that persona versus who they really are became apparent. It became clear. And I'm hearing people realize that they have no heart, that they're heartless. How could you be so heartless? I feel like I got this combination like in the last reading. I just remember these cards from the last reading that I did. What was that reading? The tea on your enemies. If you saw that reading, if you feel drawn to it, go ahead and check that out after this one. This person had a goal. They had a goal. And I'm hearing they threw you under the bus to get to that goal. They threw somebody under the bus, or they tried to sacrifice somebody in some way to get a goal met. Power, recognition, money, status, promotion. third party, a relationship. They had some plan in motion, but they were redirected away from that. And I'm hearing that this person could have thought that they got away with whatever poor actions, unsavory actions that they did. And now I'm hearing Pinky and the Brain, for those of you who remember that cartoon. What are we going to do tonight, Brain? What we do every night. We're going to try to take over the world. This person thought that they could take over the world. They thought that they were much more powerful than they are. God, spirit, universe was like, no. Yeah, you know what? What I'm actually going to do is, look at this. Oh, by the way, I don't know what's in this pile. We're figuring this out together. Look at this. Okay. Wait, I think it goes like this. Okay. So there's a blockage here, and look where this blockage is. It's in spiritual, mental, could be physical jail, but I feel like this is more spiritual, mental jail. Of course, this is a general reading, so could be physical, but take it as it resonates. I'm feeling like this person could have some kind of addiction, substance abuse issue, especially with liquor, wine. Also, I'm feeling like numbing out, not wanting to feel, wanting to control, an addiction to status, power, manipulation, ego. So they could partake in the devil's nectar or the devil's lettuce right here. And then the devil's nectar and the devil's lettuce. This person could be a fake spiritualist, or they can be a dark spiritualist, a practitioner. But I'm hearing that if that's the case, this person isn't even powerful enough to make what they want happen, so they have to go to somebody else. It's just what I'm hearing. I feel like this person has been stuck in their own mental prison for a long time. Before I go into these, I actually want to go into the description of this person. Now I'm going to go into the description of this person. And keep in mind, this is a general reading. I'm going to give you a bunch of details. And not all of them, it's likely that not all of them will resonate because this reading is for thousands of people. But if you see the traits of this person, this is just confirmation. And by the way, I would like to say that this deck is one of the most amazing freaking decks. You guys know, like, the whole future partner reading thing on YouTube. Yes, facts. It was me who started that. You can look that up online on YouTube. If you just type in future partner reading, filter it by date, you'll see that I'm the one who brought that forward. But the point is that I did so many future partner readings when they first came out in like 2006 or 2007. I think it was 2006. Anyway, I did so many future partner readings that I was able to create a system describing people, places, things, all of the things. Create a system according to the feedback that I got from doing so many future partner readings. I would say, this resonated, this didn't, whatever. And so that's how I created this system. It's highly accurate. I've been using it for over a decade, or 2016, but a decade. Um, and I am working on redoing this deck. So what I'm going to do is put the link for this deck that I have in front of me in the description box below, and you can get this at a discount until I come out with the second version of this deck. Um, and this is for beginners. This is for experienced readers. It talks about, I'll just show you guys what it talks about. So this is based on the Lenormand, the Lenormand Oracle system. So we have the cards, we have the meanings, signs, timing, place, physical features, traits, advice. It's a special deck. So if you want it at a discount, go ahead and check the description box below, and you can get that at can't even talk. Get this at a discount before the next version comes out. Moving on. Let's see what we have about this person. Oh snap! This is somebody who seems to be a oh yeah, okay, who seems to be a fake spiritualist. This is somebody who comes across very spiritual. They come across influential. This is somebody who comes across uh but you know what the interesting thing is? This is a karmic soulmate of yours for you to learn something, for you to grow, and for this person to experience the same. Yes, their experience is going to be much more harsh than yours. But this is probably somebody, yes, this is somebody that you've known from a past life. So you were meant to come back together with this person, even if it's temporary, for some kind of lessons to be learned. So I guess they effed around and found out. You grew stronger as a result of this person. This is somebody who could be well known, or like not necessarily well known, like, but an important person, and wherever you met this person, come across spiritual. And I said come across somebody who could be seen as influential. This could be somebody who is a different culture, race, ethnicity than you are. This is somebody who comes across very charismatic, optimistic, happy, confident, radiant, enthusiastic, charming. But at the same time, yes, this person does drink too much. And that may not be something that is known. So when this person is wilding out and acting crazy and doing the most and being messy, they're probably drunk. So I feel like for a lot of you, this can be like not when you're in front of them. Like they could like contact you and be messy, or they can do messy things, but like when they're drunk off of wine behind the scenes or brown liquor, they could like that brown liquor. Okay. Uh this is somebody who, they could be like a person who's a business person, but they may not have a boss. Like, so they could be like an entrepreneur, or somebody who's independent, um, or somebody in a higher position. This person could be from a different country than you are. Um, Somebody who can appear to be a spiritual teacher, or a light worker, or religious, or enlightened. However, this is really somebody who. Did it just start raining outside? Oh my god, it got so windy just now. Like, it got so windy. This seems to be somebody who like likes to do a lot of different things. Like they can stay somewhere for a period of time, and then like, oh, it doesn't work out, they go somewhere different. Like anywhere the wind blows. Even though this person comes across spiritual, deep thinker, influential, grounded, a teacher, light worker, enlightened, all of the above, who this person really is they're using that facade to get people on their side, because they're really, I see they're very money motivated. This is somebody who is very cunning. somebody who is very good at manipulating, somebody who's self-serving. And for them, they're not afraid of acting a fool and like being, I'm just seeing somebody being super emotional, or somebody like their emotions, their way of being is like out of line. But they don't mind because the ends justifies the means. So they will make a fool of themselves if they're able to get one over on somebody. They will act in a way that they ought to be ashamed of. But if it manifests their nefarious desire, then they're going to do that. And they have no shame. They have no shame. And I'm hearing that they have no shame because they don't really have a strong sense of self. So how are they going to feel shame if they don't have like a personality that they are going against, or personality that they are betraying? Oh, let me see. I'm going to put these up like I did in part 1. I'm hearing sorry, not sorry. Ooh. They should be sorry. Sorry, not sorry is the type of attitude that got you where you are now. Don't sorry, not sorry. You should be sorry. You should be sorry. Like, you're the creator of your own demise, this person. So I'm feeling the need to be stern with this person. I'm like, yo, so check it. This is what's going on. That's the energy that I feel, like the need to be stern with this person. Like they need that. Like they need that. So what this person found out by effing around with you is that you can't just go around doing things and not caring about other people and their experience. If you go around acting crazy and showing a lack of empathy, it's going to come back on you. And you're not going to like them apples. This person that chose you as an enemy is also learning. I heard frenemy. This person is also learning that they can say whatever they want about you. They can say whatever they want about themselves. Actions speak louder than words. And their actions showed who they really are. It showed their poor character, their low morale. And by acting that way, it didn't pay off. It only caused people to judge them negatively, to shift their perspective of this person. And it only moved them further away from their goals and their desires. They did something here that did not pay off the way they wanted to. And what they're learning is that they need to redirect their focus, redirect their efforts. Instead of trying to, I'm hearing sabotage, or instead of trying to come for you, come for others, instead of being a see you next Tuesday, an unsavory character, like that's not going to get you anywhere. So do things with integrity. Do things honestly. I mean, this person's learning. You have to go above and beyond. Just be normal, neutral. Just do your job. Do what you're here to do. Do what you're supposed to do. That'll get you further than being heartless, putting yourself on a pedestal that doesn't exist. You know, I just saw an image of it in my mind's eye. You guys know, like exercise bikes, or like even a bike. Okay, a bike. How it has the pedals and they go like this. It's like that person thought that they were on the up and you were down, and it's like, nah, no, you're not. These things can go, you will go right back down. And I'm seeing somebody, you know, like as opposed to cycling, the pedals are just going like this. Like, no, you are not above anybody else. They're learning that they can try to keep secrets, but like that, it doesn't work that way. They think that they can just get away with things by keeping things a secret. They think that they can manipulate and control a group of people, a community, by keeping their motives hidden. And no, that's not how things work. And they're also learning that being envious and acting accordingly, acting out of envy, that only leads to their downfall and makes them stuck, because they're not working on themselves and being their best selves and closing the gap between who they are and where they want to be. They're too busy focused on seeing you and seeing that you are somebody who they want to be. I mean, copycat energy. They're seeing that you're somebody who they want to be, so they're putting out this evil eye. They're putting out this evil eye, putting out this negative energy. And guess what? All that came back to them. Now they're at home by themselves. Like, drinking. Like, going about things in this way, trying to fight people, trying to win points, trying to score on others, trying to check others. I'm hearing touche. Trying to check others. That doesn't work, because they can't try to like school others that haven't done anything wrong. I'm feeling just a weird order, because I'm being drawn to this ruins card. Ruins. They are the creator of their own demise. They ruined their own situation. They created this for themselves. They didn't have to. But they really put in the work. They stayed on target. They really put in the work. And they're learning that being money motivated or being materially motivated, it doesn't pay off. It doesn't pay off. You know how they say like money is the root of all evil? And it's not. Money is beautiful. Money is a great thing. Money is a great energy. You know, money is an energetic exchange. You do good work, you get money as an energetic exchange. You know, you get a service from somebody, you give money as an energetic exchange. But this person, I feel like, was misusing the energy of money, and they were coming out of scarcity. And by doing that, they ended up getting their money taken away from you. See how there's his hand? It's on the it's low. Oh wow! This reminds me of the the pedals. The pedals. They thought that the bike pedals, they thought that they could put you on the bottom by taking from you, but here you are up here. They're realizing it wasn't even worth it. I just heard Linkin Park. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried to fall to lose it all. I know those aren't the right lyrics, but that's what I'm hearing. I had to fall to lose it all, and in the end, it doesn't even matter. The ruins. I got chills right now. They created their own ruin. In the end, their actions didn't even matter. I put my trust in you. Pushed as far as I could go. But in the end, there's only one thing that you should know. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Everything that they did, it was a poor investment. Everything that they did, it didn't even matter. They put in energy. They put in effort. They plotted. They schemed. They scammed. And it didn't even matter, because all they did was get put into spiritual jail and trapped in their own mind, to where they are forced, not forced, but escapism is their reality. Escapism is their reality. We'll get to this. I just noted, this card just came out. I just find that interesting. we all fall down. Ooh. Okay. You can't stop. This person can't stop your hustle. They can't stop your grind. They thought that they could. They were sadly mistaken. This person realizes that nobody's gonna put up with their BS forever. Like, if we're spiritual, let's just live a calm life. It's like, yes, happiness. We all strive for happiness, contentment. The most beautiful life possible, joy. At the same time, what's underrated is peace. 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 Like, I just want to, show up for work, do a good job, get paid, and go home. Peace. I just want to come over for the family function. We have a nice dinner. We yuck. We tee-hee. And then I grab myself and I go home. I grab my plate to go and I go home. Ghosted hard, ignored, and erased. They're learning that people don't want to deal with their drama and their chaos and their hot messery. Because look at that. Look at how this person looks. Girl. Why you walking around here looking like don't nobody love you? Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Cultivate that love from within. Like, money does not make you worthy or special or valuable. It's who you are as a person. I'm feeling like this person, maybe they did get very brokenhearted at some point. But I'm feeling like this person, they don't really see themselves as lovable, valuable, worthy, inherently for who they are. This is somebody I'm hearing who likely grew up thinking that their value depended on their performance, their grades, what they did, their success, as opposed to learning that they are lovable just as they are and they don't have to do anything to be lovable. That's what I'm hearing about this person. But I can't say that they found that out because I don't think this person knows that. This person has learned that taking away from somebody else is not going to get them what they want. I see somebody who's very money motivated. Don't mess with somebody's money. Putting energy into messing with somebody's money is a bad investment because it's going to catch up to you. It's selfish. There's something there also about, it's like this person wants to be liked, loved, appreciated, admired by everybody, and that's what's keeping them stuck. Now, why are there all these handcuffs? Something legal going on. This person can get arrested. Look at this. Wait, is it in this card too? Okay. Well, we do have that mental, spiritual jail card. But look at that. This person is definitely in mental, emotional, spiritual jail for what they did. They can't move. They can't act. Their hands are tied. They're being bound. Because, they're not responsible. This person wants everybody to like them. They want everybody to admire them. They want to be the favorite. But you can't be shady to get that. It's eventually going to catch up. I've seen it time and time again. I feel like I'm here to put all these cards out. Lies detected. That was a funny noise. Is that this person? Are they whiny? Okay. You know what? Let's just put out all the cards. Why not? And then we'll go into the tea leaves afterwards. Let's just fill up the table. Third person card is here. Third person, third party. I'm feeling like this person effed with you and found out that, like, external validation and having everybody around them and like all that, they want the energy, attention, the recognition, everything from everybody around them, because they don't give it to themselves. And so they try to have everybody like under their thumb, They try to influence everybody. But they're finding out that people have their own free will. People have their own free will. And they can't just manipulate everybody forever. They can't do that. People see who they really are, and they're making accurate judgments about this person. They're seeing this person very clearly. And they're seeing how competitive this person is. And how this person wants to win at all costs. And nobody wants to deal with that, because that's not a team player. How are you going to be on a team? There's no I in team, right? How are you going to be on a team when it's all about you? That's not a team. It's not a team. That's a solo event. So what this person is realizing is they have to be more mindful when it comes to shaping their future. They are the creator of their own demise, because they were coming out of bad intentions. They were moving out of bad intentions. God's spirit universe clocked it, corrected that, moved them in another direction. And now they're seeing that they messed themselves over by effing around with you. Oh my God, wait a minute. Look at this card. You are the creator of your own future. Make choices that reflect your highest self. This person was the creator of their own demise, and they see that because they acted in piss poor ways. They were messed up. They didn't act with love. They acted out of fear. They acted out of envy. They acted out of low vibrations, low self-esteem, low sense of self, low confidence, by comparing themselves to you. And let's be real, there's no comparison. So of course, they're going to feel some type of way. They're learning that if they would have just came from a good place and just got like you, got along with you, they could have been in such a better place right now. But they didn't do that. And so they only have themselves to blame. I'm hearing Chicago, Cell Block Tango. He or she, he had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same. So whatever you did, you were right to do that. However you check this person, however you stood up against this person, whatever you said, whatever you did, anybody in your position who has that strength would have done the same thing. So what is this? Okay, so we had that secret card, and now I'm seeing what you carry in silence still shapes your path. So what this person, they thought, oh, and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You see the chains being broken. They were trying to like mask their pain and like hold it together. You can only do that and take that out on people for so long. So even though this person carried all that dark, black, toxic energy within their heart, their actions, their way of viewing the world and viewing people, and how they actually perceive themselves, the negative light that they perceive perceive themselves in, you can't keep that down. You can't keep that a secret. It came out. It's going to come out, as within, so without. So if we are a crap piece of person on the inside, we're not going to come across as love and light. We're not going to make decisions out of love and light and positive intentions and integrity and all those things, all of the things. No, because if we are dark and gooky and icky and nasty on the inside, we think that way, we're going to act that way, we're going to behave that way, and it's going to affect our life accordingly. This person here, they're regretting their past actions. They found out that they shouldn't have done what they did, and now they are in deep regret. But I'm feeling like it's not because of how they treated you or what they did. They're in regret because the limelight, the spotlight, whatever they wanted, they got the exact opposite. So they're thinking about what they should have done. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. And look at this. This card talks about mental scripts. That's what we're talking about. Mental scripts. As within, so without. As within, so without. I just heard they also found out that, like, if somebody's a good person, like you. Okay, let's talk about you. You being a good person, they can't dull your shine. I'm looking at this diamond. It's like they can't throw dirt on your brilliance. And they're realizing too that people are more than willing to release them and release their toxic energy in order to save themselves. So now this person feels like emotional trash, devalued. They feel like they're not special. Really, they're not. At the same time, if they would have just operated out of a better energy with you, they wouldn't have gotten themselves into this situation that they're in. They're not a good liar. They realize that. They also realize that by trying to do the most to get money, that became their downfall. Oh, I don't even know if I finished this point earlier, but I was saying, forgive me if I did finish the point, but I'm being called back to that message. People think the root of money is money is the root of all evil, and it's not. Money is beautiful. It's a great thing. It allows us to do all the amazing things in life that make life worth living. However, if you put too much energy, focus on money, if you act in immoral ways because of money, you're always going to be in lack because you're always going to think that there's never enough. So this person is learning that by trying to take money, things, positions, opportunities from others, it has the opposite effect of what they want. So they shouldn't have done it in the first place. And they're also learning that they can't hide their intentions. They come out. They're learning that they can pretend, or they can really tell themselves that they're operating under the radar. But there are people that are smarter than them, like you, smarter than them, and will call them out on their stuff. They will be called out. People will see who they really are, and they will show others who they really are. You could have done that. You could have come out about who this person really is. You could have done that. Somebody else did that. They're also learning that they can't use other people to hide behind. That they don't need to be taking those risks anymore, because taking these risks, thinking that they can just screw somebody over to get what they want, doesn't pay off. It has the opposite effect, an effect that really caused devastation and ruin in their lives. They thought they're on a pedestal. They got snatched out and stomped into the ground. Look, do not back down from opposition. Show strength. Show strength and fortitude. Does this person talk really fast? Do they think like faster than they can speak? They're learning that people aren't going to back down to them. You're not afraid of them. They're not scary. They think that they're a freaking pit bull when they're a really cute little teacup chihuahua in a little pink sweater and like the cutest little collar. Actually, no, they're not. I don't want to give them too much credit. They're a sewer rat. Moving forward. Misunderstanding. They misunderstand people. They misunderstood you. That's what it is. They after around and found out that they underestimated you. They underestimated you, your boundaries, your strength, your fortitude, your power, your tenacity. Finger. Warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. They're learning that pointing the finger at other people, trying to call other people out to deflect away from them, only has negative effects for them. It works to their detriment. And you know, they say you point one finger at other people, you got three pointing back at you. Point with your whole damn hand. Point with your whole damn hand when you really mean it. Also, they need to be more cognizant and aware of future outcomes. Because guess what? If they don't check themselves, if they act recklessly, they're going to ruin their own life. They're going to take away from their happiness, their well-being, their relationships, their connections, their goals, and they're going to be in a place of great personal sorrow. They created the sorrow for themselves. They have nobody to blame. So if they weren't sorry for what they did, number two, they're damn sure sorry now. As they should be. Pile number two, that's what I have for you. If this reading resonates with you, go ahead and hit that like button, thumbs up this video. It helps this video reach others who need these messages. If you've gotten this far, let me know that you chose pile 2. Also, if you enjoy these types of readings, if you enjoy readings on karmic justice, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Join this amazing family that we're building here. I really do love you guys. I really do enjoy you guys. You guys are great. Like, you make my day. All your comments, all your messages, like the love that you show. Everybody's so freaking awesome here. So join this amazing tribe. You're the company you keep, right? Also, by subscribing to the channel, I can pick up on your energy better in future readings. So go ahead and subscribe, and also let me know, who is this person? How did this work out for you? Or how does this fit into your life? Is this a work situation? Is this legal? Is this a friend, family, people you live around? Who is this? How does this play into your situation? I would love to know. To find out more information about me, check the description box below. Also, I will put the link to my future partner reading cards in the description box if you would like to check those out. They are really great cards. I've been using them for a long time. I really enjoy them. Send you love and light. If you felt drawn to another pile, go ahead and check the description box below to go straight to that pile. And pile number 2, I'll see you in another pile, or I'll see you in another reading. All right? Bye. And last but not least, pile number 3. This is your reading on they effed around and found out. What did your enemy find out from effing around with you? What is their lesson? What have you taught them? What are you teaching them? And this is for those of you that chose this cut the cord card. Now, before we get into the cards, the messages that I was picking up before I sat down for your reading is somebody being dethroned. Somebody being dethroned. I was getting an image of a throne, but it's empty. So this could be somebody who thought that they were in a position of power and they are being removed from that throne. I'm hearing by the townspeople. They're being removed by the townspeople. Like they are taking them out of their position of power. I'm also hearing that song Ayo Technology by 50 Cent and Justin Timberlake. And so I'm feeling like, and keep in mind this is a general reading. These are just channeled messages, so they may or may not resonate. But I'm hearing Ayo Technology. And so I'm feeling like there's something about technology that is significant. So this can be phone, this can be internet, this can be messages, this can be video. Let's see. Hey, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me. I'm tired of using technology. She wants it. I'm gonna give it to her. Yeah, that person effed around and they found out. There's that point, she wants it, I'm gonna give it to her. Not to say that this is a feminine energy. This can be a masculine energy as well. But this person, they wanted something, right? It's like a situation where, say somebody wants someone in poverty, right? They want someone in poverty, so they try to go and steal someone else's money, but they get caught, and so they have to pay retribution. And it's like, okay, you wanted somebody to be broke, and now it's you. You wanted somebody to lose their money, and now it's you. So that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up so far. I do not know what's in this pile. We're going to figure out that together. All right. This could be somebody at a distance also. I'm feeling like this could be somebody at a distance for some of you. All right. So we're going to go into this card before we go into the rest. So what I'm picking up here is this person, people are removing themselves or removing this person from their lives because they want balance. This could be feminine energies, but I'm feeling like the people who were in contact with this person or knew this person, I'm hearing like long-term relationships even, not necessarily romantic, but people that have known this person for a long time. I feel like they're finding out who this person really is. And so they are cutting this person out of their lives. I'm feeling like this is people that they have, soul ties with. I'm even hearing past lives with. I'm feeling like this person is getting some past life karma. Like they could have ostracized you in a past life, or in a past life they caused you to be removed from the community, and now they're getting that. So I'm feeling like it's a direct reflection of the actions that they did in past lives. This is somebody who is unbalanced, and I feel brings a lack of balance to other people's lives. You know, my best friend, he said something that I loved yesterday, and he was talking about people who don't have peace in their lives. And he was saying, when we have friends, people around us that don't have peace in their lives, they don't have peace in their lives, so their lack of peace becomes our lack of peace. So if we're around this person, if we're constantly engaging with this person who has no peace, their lack of peace becomes our lack of peace. So that must be relevant in this situation. This person is very draining. This person doesn't have a good energy. All right, let's keep going. Okay. Okay. Ancestor. There's ancestor on this card. So that's taking me back to that past life energy. And now I'm seeing the tree in the Lenormand deck in my mind's eye. And that's past lives. That's also health, spiritual, mental, emotional health. So it could be that people are cutting the cords with this person in order to protect their spiritual, mental, and emotional health. And they're branching out and they're growing past this person. People could be growing out and moving out of energetic alignment with this person. And when you move out of energetic alignment, this person wants to say, here, you are ascending, or the people around them are ascending. You're not in alignment. So this person is naturally going to fall off. Now, it looks like something that this person, this enemy of yours, is learning is that they can't just get away with anything. They can't do things behind people's backs, like their family's backs, their loved ones' backs. They can't just do whatever they want and get away with it. If they are acting like a narcissist, exhibiting narcissistic behaviors, if they are being obsessive, if they are being toxic, if they are being abusive, we're on YouTube. So if they're in this energy here, once people see the red flags, they're like, no, you can keep that. You can keep that. If somebody throws at us, if somebody puts on us their ways, their BS, right? Somebody can try to put that on us, but that doesn't mean we have to hold it. Like, here, you can have this back. You can have this back. Like all the BS that you brought my way. Here you go. Why don't you take this back? I don't want to keep this. I don't want to hold on to this. There's an energy here of people becoming more wise, seeing this person for who they are, and closing a cycle out with this person because they see who they are. This person seems to be very controlling, and they could have been controlling of a family, or even this could be a work family or a group of friends, whatever the sense of family is. Okay, ancestor. Your ancestors are all over this person. This is definitely some past life karmic stuff. This is past life stuff because your ancestors, one, are protecting you. Your guides are protecting you. Your high self is protecting you. And everything, it's wild. This says divine order. And look at this bracelet. I don't know if you guys can fully see it, but divine order. Everything is in divine order. Everything is as it's supposed to be. And I wear this on this wrist towards you all. So through these words, I can bring divine order into your life. But you're being protected. And this person is being blocked. And I'm feeling like this is an energy that can be very domineering, I'm hearing. Forceful. Oh, let me put this over here. I'm going to put your card. I'm going to put it, let's see, right here. Okay. Domineering, but they're not allowed to get away with that anymore. And I feel like it's not just you. What is going on here? Okay. So I'm going to go into, oh my God, these cards. What is going on? I hear things are chaotic. So I'm going to go into the description of this person. And I just want to tell you about these cards for a moment. So I guess a shameless plug here. So these are my future partner reading cards, which I love so much. So, there's a future partner reading that has been on YouTube for a while. That was me. I started that in my bedroom with my friend, the future partner reading, and she encouraged me to bring that to YouTube. And if you just type in future partner reading, filter it by date, you're going to see me come up on another channel. But it's obviously me. So I've done hundreds and hundreds of future partner readings, and I have this system based on the Norman Oracle. And by doing hundreds of readings and taking feedback from how things resonated, I was able to come up with this very, very accurate system. Um, and so I love these cards, and I am working on a new version of this deck. So I will put the link in the description box below for this version, which is awesome. And I will provide it at a discount. So if you're interested in these cards, if you like the way they read, I'm about to read them, then definitely check that out and get them at a discount while you can. All right, so I'm going to give a whole bunch of details, and some of them will resonate, some won't, because this is a general reading. But if you find details in here that resonate with this enemy, you know that that's who we're talking about. This appears to be somebody who, I see somebody big, maybe a large stature, strong. This can be somebody who has wide shoulders. Somebody, I just see them being very big, larger than you. This could be somebody who's older. I'm seeing someone with their hair is likely a lighter color, light brown. Depending on their age, it can even be white or gray, or depending on their age, it can be bald or balding. This is somebody who, yeah, I'm seeing like lighter color hair, white, gray, light brown, or a reddish tint in their hair. Somebody who can be considered attractive, maybe not to you because they're not a good person, but somebody that others will consider conventionally attractive. Or I'm also seeing, yeah, brown, blonde hair, light colored hair. This is someone who has some kind of curve, so it can be muscles if they work out, or they can just have, be curvy in some way. If this is a male, this is maybe even a female, but this is someone who has facial hair, especially if this is a male. Yeah, this person is good looking. For the most part, this person is in shape, so the curves can be muscles, but take that as it resonates. Somebody who's attractive. This is also someone who can be slim with curves. Slim with curves. Also, they can have some kind of scars, cuts, tattoos, marks on their skin. I'm seeing someone who could have a heart-shaped face, or maybe even a widow's peak. This is somebody who is very smexually. I love these terms that we come up with on YouTube. Smexually motivated. This is also somebody with a very sharp tongue. They can be very unfriendly, somebody with a very sharp tongue, someone who's argumentative, someone who is abusive, competitive. This can also be someone with substance abuse issues here. That could be a problem for them, or codependency can be a problem for them. I do see a very narcissistic energy here. Somebody who is very vain, egotistic, selfish, definitely overbearing, someone who exaggerates, someone who can be, stuck up, think that they're the most important people, but this person is getting dethroned. Okay, I just had something weird happen. Like, did this person just pop up at your house without permission or without you knowing or something like that? For some of you, yes, this is somebody this can be a bully, somebody very dominating, controlling, possessive. So there's some really harsh qualities that this person has. And it's important for you, when it comes to this person, to have confidence, to be bold, to take charge, to be strong, to stand your ground, to be persistent, to put yourself first, to take care of yourself first, show yourself love. When it comes to this person, put yourself over this person. You have the power. hmm And take some kind of action. Assert yourself. Be decisive. It could be a good idea to cut this person out if they are still around you, in order for you to have peace. People can be cutting them out in order to have peace and to choose peace, and in order to practice self-love. So these are the details that I'm seeing about this person. Feeling like somebody has a cold heart. They have a cold heart. Eek. Yeah, I don't like this energy at all. Very hurtful with their words, very argumentative, a huge bully. Huge bully. Okay. I'm gonna put these to the side. Let me see if I can get any. I'll tell you guys the signs, even though this is a general reading, so they don't necessarily have to resonate, but I'll just, give you guys these signs. I'm seeing Libra. Seeing Libra heavily, and this is Sun, Moon, or Rising. Taurus heavily, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Sag, fire signs. Let's look more into this creature here. Ooh, imposter. Imposter. Fake. Fake as all get out. Okay. I just heard this song by, who was it, B.O.B. and Nicki Minaj. I don't even want to say Nicki Minaj. By B.O.B. Out of My Mind. And in the song, in the video, they're like in a mental hospital and they're saying, like, I'm out of my mind. And I'm hearing that part, if I'm here and you're there, if I'm here, then you're there, like, where am I? This person's like lost. They're lost. Okay. This person is an imposter. This person is definitely fake. They're very deceptive. Straight up. I'm not who you think I am. And then get this. Deceit. They're deceptive. They're a fake. They're a phony. And they're greedy. They're greedy. Instead of trying to be a good person, they only care about wealth and power and social standing. And from effing around with you, they're finding out that their manipulation tactics, their deception, their narcissism, their ego, their grandiose way of viewing themselves does not matter at the end of the day. Because what I'm hearing is, guess what? Karma, spirit, your ancestors, your guys' divine order, they rank so much higher than this person. They rank so much higher than this person. So now I'm also feeling that something that this person was tied to, something that this person wanted, it's being cut. It's being removed. And also your tie from past lives is being cut as well. So this person is learning that being fake, being phony, they can't just get away with that. They're not the smartest person in the room. And people can see through them. And I feel like it's because they're really bad at doing this, or maybe their luck has run out. I feel like in a past life, this person has got away with these kinds of things. So now you are here to teach them karmically that no, you can't just act like that. All right? I'm waving the red flag on you. This person, they care so much about other people, what other people expect of them, and how other people see them. And that doesn't serve their highest potential. They haven't found their own path. And the people around them are like, you know what? You do you, boo. I'm going to go on my merry little way and find something better for my life and not allow you to bring me down. So this person I'm hearing, they really believe that they could have control over people, places, things, situations, groups with their manipulative ways. And now, after effing around with you, they're finding out that actually no. Love, kindness, positivity, karma, divine order, spirit, God, universe, your higher power prevails. Your ancestors prevail. People can see past this person's intentions, and that their intentions are not real, and that their intentions are not true. So, did you expose this person? Did you expose this person's intentions? Or are you exposing this person's intentions? Because people want better for themselves. They're leaving this person in the past and they're moving forward. They're moving forward. And I feel like they're leaving this person with no closure. So they can be really trying to get back what they once had. because they're not experiencing any closure. Because they didn't expect things to happen this way, is what I'm getting. They didn't expect people to just be like, you know what, I'm good. It's like the concept that we don't owe anybody an explanation for cutting them off. We don't owe anybody an explanation. If they are not vibrating in high vibes, or if they are taking away from us, taking away from our energy, we don't have to give them any answers. People are allowed to block somebody and move on with their lives. And I feel like this person did not think that people were going to do that to them. They thought that they can keep people around, even with their deception, and they effed around and found out that's not what it is. People will leave your ass. People will leave you. People choose themselves over manipulators, over narcissists, over people who cheat, people who steal, people who are unsafe and dysfunctional. And just because people are in a family with this person doesn't mean that they're obligated to F with them. Doesn't mean that they're obligated to stay around this person. We all have free will. And if somebody's not serving our greater purpose, we have every right to go our own way. Okay? If this reading is resonating with you so far, please thumbs up and hit that like button. This helps the reading reach others who need these messages. And let me know that you chose pile 3. All right. Yes. People can see who this enemy is. They thought that they had enough distance to where, like, all that glitters is gold. But no, that's not true. All that glitters is not gold. It's like them being like crystal on the outside and a warm Mickey's beer on the inside. And once people saw who this person is, and you could have revealed who this person is, because you could have clocked who this person is. I'm feeling like you saw the deception. I'm feeling like you saw the deception. You saw the greed. You saw that this person was fake. And you called it out. And now other people are seeing exactly who this person is. And so now people have lost their trust in them. People have lost their trust in them because they see who this person really is. And behind closed doors, I'm just going to tell you, behind closed doors, they are looking at themselves in the mirror like, man, I messed up. Man, how did I get myself into this? Why is everybody leaving me? Why is everybody seeing me this way? Because they thought that they were like the perfect recipe. You know, they thought they were In-N-Out burger, like with animal style fries. If you guys know what In-N-Out is. They thought that they were perfect, that they could do everything perfectly, but they were acting out of fear. And so by effing with you, this person is learning. So they were afraid of you for some reason. And by acting out of fear, they totally messed up their lives or whatever situation that brought you guys together. They made a huge mistake here. And now their fear is blocking things from moving forward. Because I'm looking at this card, but I feel like things are blocked. Things are not moving forward. And I feel like this enemy is trying to make things move forward, trying to fix it. But there's all these other gears in the way. So they're not able to do that. They're also really being affected by their fears. The fears that they were trying to keep hidden. And so what's coming out to this person, what they're finding out is that they're not all big and bad, that they're not all powerful, that they're not the ones sitting atop a throne. They're actually very, very scared. Very, very scared. And they feel very, very vulnerable. And they also feel very seen, and not in a good way. They feel revealed. I'm feeling like this person really thrived in the darkness and by hiding who they really are. And hiding that they're actually like a scared child on the inside. I'm feeling like this person comes out of their unhealed inner child wounds. Which, does that make it okay? Absolutely not. We're adults. It's our job to heal. Nobody's going to do that for us. If we want better, we got to do better. All right. Okay, so yes, this person definitely has some kind of substance abuse issue going on here. I feel like they're trying to get out of their head. They're trying to get out of their head. They found out, and I do feel like it's the people around them also in this particular pile. And I feel like it's a whole reflection. Like they're finding things out about themselves, and other people are seeing these things about themselves. About this person. This person I'm hearing is insincere. And I'm feeling like, even with this mirror here, I'm feeling like as other people find out who this person is, they're starting to see it in themselves. That's what it is. That's what it is. I feel like this person was in denial about their messed up behavior, messed up personality. And now that other people are seeing who they are, they're starting to see themselves through other people's eyes. And they're having a crisis. They're having a crisis because of that. So they're finding out that other people can peep their unhealthy patterns. And they're going to call them out. They can't just get away with these patterns. And they're learning that their unhealthy patterns are causing them to lose their resources. Money, finances. It could be, say, if this is a family situation or a home situation, a marriage, they're losing, I heard their cash cow, but they're losing the person that supports them financially or the extra income that they need. They are spending on frivolous things. I'm hearing that they're learning that they're not immune to crisis and chaos. Look at this. Wait a minute. Look at this. Look at that. Blocked. No access. Blocked. No access. People don't want to mess with this person. They don't want to talk to this person. They don't want to deal with this person. So they have learned that by messing with you, by being greedy, by being fake, by being negative, people can see that. They can't just hide it. They can't just hide that. And so, because of who they inherently are, people don't want to mess with that type of person. They thought it was okay for them to move through life like that. But it's not. And they're being shown that through the mirror of the people around them. Other people are mirrors of ourselves. So if other people are moving away from this person, that's mirroring back to them that they're not a good person. And that they're not a person that anybody wants to be involved with. Now, there could be some spell work being done. And if not, their words, their actions, how they behave, what they do, especially their words, are dark magic. And nobody wants to be around that. And nobody's willing to deal with their addictive behavior, whether it be substances, whether it be a need for attention, whether it be addiction to money, addiction like codependency. No one wants to deal with their addictive behavior. They don't want to. Inside scoop, a closer look, nosy up in your business. Yeah, they're learning that I'm hearing you can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. They tried to run from something that has to do with you. They tried to run from who they really are, from people finding out who they really are. They tried to run from getting this reputation of who they really are. But they can run, but they can't hide. What's done in the dark comes out in the light. You saw them for who they were. And you weren't even afraid of this person. And that's also something that really got to them, because I realized, dang, I guess I'm not like all big and bad like I thought I was. Like, I can huff and puff and try to blow your house down, but at the end of the day, like, you're not scared. Like, you're not scared of me. I'm not intimidated. I'm not as big and bad and, controlling as I thought I was. This person is actually very weak. They're learning that they are actually very weak because everyone sees them as weak. Face control issues. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust in the flow. They effed around and found out that they can't control everything. They can't control other people. They can't control circumstances. They're not God. They're not God. They can't play God in somebody's life. They can't play God in people's lives. They learned that acting out of fear, it really has bad results in their lives. And also, I feel like this person is really stuck in the past, and they're mad about things that happened in the past, and they're unable to move forward. And everybody else wants to move forward with their lives. They want to move on to bigger, better things. But this person is so focused on the past that while everybody else is growing, they're staying stuck. They're staying still. And so they found out that nobody's going to sit there in the past and dwell on what went wrong with them. People are going to move forward and live their best lives. And if they don't want to do that, if they want to stay stuck, then let them. People are like, look, you can do that all you want, but I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go my own way. You do you, boo. I'm going to do me, okay? Let the truth set you free. In the reverse, this person is a liar. A liar. They're learning that lying does not benefit them. Lying pushes people away. Lying causes other people to block them. Lying doesn't get them the results that they want in life. Lying drains their money, drains their resources. Lying ruins their reputation. Lying keeps them, I was just going to say ruined. It ruins them. I feel like this person has been lying for a long time. Speak the truth you've hidden. Your need, your fear, your regret. Freedom begins there. This person effed around and realized that acting out of fear, acting out of control, I'm hearing acting out of rage, that does not benefit them, and that was the wrong thing for them to do. They tried to force outcomes, and now it's like God's spirit universe is forcing karma on them. Oh my God, look at this. Clear entangled karma. We've been talking about karma so much in this pile. Clear entangled karma. Every relationship holds lessons. Break free from karmic ties that no longer serve your growth. It was like this person, they would have benefited so much more from moving forward. I'm hearing accepting responsibility or doing whatever they needed to do to make things right and moving forward. But no, they entangled themselves up in some really negative karma, thinking that they can control. And they're also learning that nobody's willing to be tied up and trapped in the web of their karma, because look, people are cutting the cords. Those around this person, they're cutting the cords. So nobody has control. Like, they're realizing they don't have control over people like they thought that they did. They don't have control over people like they thought that they did. And now, look at this. They're realizing that while they can't move on, other people can. Other people can move on, and they choose to move on. And so now they're in regret. They don't have closure. Oh, there's a huge lack of closure. They're missing yesteryears, but they effed around with you and they found out that there's nothing that they can do. They're just stuck in a mental loop regretting whatever they did. Tangled up with whatever they did. I'm feeling like the actions that they took in the past are having a huge impact on their life now and even in the future. They're stuck. They're stuck. By the way, if you want more readings on karmic justice, if you like this reading, you want more readings like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join this amazing tribe so I can better pick up on your energy in future readings. And because this is a really awesome tribe, like I'm really enjoying you guys. Okay, stalking their socials. This person's really missing somebody. They pushed somebody away by effing with you. They pushed somebody away by effing with you. And so they effed around and found out, like, hey, don't mess with me. Karma is real. I feel like this person did not think that karma was real. And they're learning that it is. Look at this, troubled past. Troubled past. Focusing on the past is not going to get you anywhere. Focusing on the past. Be future oriented. But I don't even know if this person really understands that. I'm feeling like they may not even really understand that. They may be so stuck in the past while everybody else is moving on. The past still lingers like smoke in the room. Even if it's buried, its energy hasn't left the building. So even though time has passed, they're still wallowing in what has happened. And I honestly, I don't even know if they see that there's a problem with this, but everybody else around them does. Look, more strings. Entanglement, karma, more strings. There's so many strings. There's so many strings. Pulling strings. It's not what you know, it's who you can control. That's what they thought. They thought they didn't have to be a good person. They thought that they could do whatever they wanted. And they thought that controlling was going to get them the outcome that they wanted. And so this enemy here, they found out that trying to orchestrate a scheme, trying to orchestrate some kind of drama, trying to orchestrate, I don't know, whatever this lie is, whatever that they did, when they act with you, they're realizing that, man, this did not pay off. This was not worth it. I lost everything. Now I'm addicted. I'm losing money. Everybody sees me as deceptive. Nobody trusts me anymore. Yeah. Trying to pull strings did not work. They failed, I'm hearing. They failed. And look. Live and learn. Live and learn. So, you know what? They could be realizing that karma is real. They could realize that karma is real. And let's hope, for the sake of everybody else in the world, that they do reflect on their actions and that they do realize that they messed up. Will they admit it? I think pride and ego are too strong. The ego is strong with this one. But this person, after around, they realized that they should have done something different. Look, they're not doing the work. They're not doing the work. They're realizing that karma is real, but they're not doing anything to change it. That's why they're caught up and entangled in all this karma. They're too afraid. They're too afraid to look at themselves. Hopefully they do once all is said and done. But they're so focused on this persona that they put out that they're just not doing the work. They're not growing. And so people are outgrowing them. This person is in survival mode, and the people around them want to thrive. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, they can't control everybody. That's what they found out. That not everybody's going to allow them to control them. I'm sure they tried to come at you some type of way, trying to control you in some way. And they realize, I'm hearing don't mess with the quiet one or don't mess with the nice one. Like, they're not able to control people and get their way. They can't divide and conquer. Even though they want to be commanding, people are not afraid of them. They're learning that by acting in this shady way, this brings a lot of turmoil, tension, anxiety into their lives. They're stressed. They're not immune to it. They try to control circumstances so they can feel comfortable, but they're not able to do that. They're not able to control everything in order to benefit them and their peace, because they're coming out of ill intentions. So it's like this is somebody that's trying to manipulate people, manipulate a situation in a negative way by being an imposter, by being deceptive, by being negative, but coming out of fear. So they're trying to prevent they're trying to prevent that fear. They're doing all this so they don't have to feel the fear. But guess what? By doing all this, it ended up having a much worse outcome than if they would have just done the right thing or been a stand-up person in the first place. So everything backfired on them. Everything backfired on them. They learn that they can't just make up stories. They're learning that they need to have control over themselves. They can't just be impulsive, because acting out of impulse gets them all caught up. They're also seeing these unresolved issues, and other people are seeing the unresolved issues that they have. They're learning that they need to be more responsible. Will they? We don't know. But they need to be more responsible. And they're also realizing that they need other people more than other people need them. And that's why they're all messed up about people leaving their lives. That's why. And that people aren't just going to stay out of fear and control. They're not going to do that. People are choosing themselves. All right, let's go to the tea leaves. This thumbs up and like this reading if you guys are enjoying it, and if you made it this far. Yes, they're learning that, you know what, people aren't going to lower their standards for this person's deceit, for this person's fakery. They're not going to lower their standards to be at the low vibration of this person. Like, people aren't going to stoop to this person's level. They're learning that this stubborn behavior, this aggressive behavior does not pay off. It doesn't pay off. They only created problems for themselves by effing with you. Blockages, isolation, coldness, distance. So they shouldn't have done it. They really thought so highly of themselves. They overestimated themselves. And they also need to keep things in their pants because there's too much concern with sexual matters. This person could also think that they're like God's gift to women or God's gift to man, like they're so attractive, and so they think that people are going to just do whatever they want. No, that's not the most important thing, and that comes from that social conditioning. Oh snap, oh my God, holy, look. Oh my God, I said it. I have chills right now. I said it. I called it. They have been dethroned. They've been dethroned. And people are leaving their lives. And they're pushing this person away because this person needs to elevate. Everybody else is elevating. This person is standing still. Dang. I cannot believe that just came out. Okay. Wow. This is pretty, deep, guys. This is pretty deep. This person needs to get it together. They need to get it together. Will they? I don't think anytime soon. They need to reflect. They need to reflect on the places that they messed up and what they did to push people away, and what they need to do to maintain the relationships in their lives. But I don't know. I don't really see this person doing that. They after around and they found out. Don't nobody like you. Don't nobody like you. Mm-mm. Don't nobody care. Pile number 3. That's the reading that I have for you. That's what your enemy found out from effing with you. Thumbs up and like this video. Hit that like button again to help these messages reach those who need them. And if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoy me, if you want to support the channel, definitely subscribe. Hit that subscribe button also. And that way I can pick up better on your energy in future readings. If you want to know more about me, go ahead and check the description box below. And let me know, comment below, how does this situation play out? This is like a really complex situation. Like, how does this play out? Who is this? Who is this in your life? Is this a family member? We have family here. Is this someone legal or something legal? Someone you're financially tied to? Is this work? Is this a friend, family? Oh, I said family already. Who is this person in your life? And if you're drawn to another reading, go ahead and go down to the description box below to get the timestamp for that pile. And if not, then I will see you in another reading. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.